Some say it's just a game, others say it's a curse. But everyone knows once you say her name 3 times, there is no going back.
Remember that old creepy story about Bloody Mary? You know, the one you light a candle late at night in your dark bathroom, stare into the mirror and chant her name 3 times. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. And then you just hope you don't end up dead with your eyes gouged out or claw mark scarf all over your body. Some say you could get trapped inside the mirror's reflection forever. Your soul stuck behind the glass for eternity. Charming, right? What a lovely bedtime tale. But have you ever wondered where this twisted legend actually came from? There are countless versions of Bloody Mary's backstory floating around, but one of the more believable ones, well, as believable as a mirror ghost can be, is the story of her tragic death. Back in the 1800s, there lived a girl called Mary. During that time, a mysterious illness swept through her town, killing people quickly. Doctors would check for a pulse or hold a mirror under someone's nose to see if they were breathing. You know, that was all doctors could do at the time, but sometimes even those signs failed them. People would be declared dead when they actually weren't. It happened often enough that families started burying their loved ones with a safety belt. They would drill a hole in the coffin, thread a string through it, and tie it to a bell outside the grave. That way, if someone was accidentally buried alive, they could pull the string, ring the bell, and call for help. When Mary fell ill and eventually passed, she was placed in a coffin not yet buried, just in case she showed signs of life. A string and bell were prepared just like all the others. Her parents, heartbroken, stayed home for days hoping for a miracle. But after about a week, their friends convinced them to step out and get some fresh air. While they were gone, a neighbor, thinking it was time, began to bury Mary's coffin. He said a few words, filled in the grave, and left. But soon after, Mary woke up inside her coffin. She pulled the string, but as she was pulling the string, the bell fell, and the stake it was tied to had also fallen. Panicking, she scratched at the wooden lid, tearing and scratching until her fingers bled. She fought for her life until her strength gave out, and she drew her final breath. When her parents returned, her father noticed that the bell and the stake were no longer where they had been. Alarmed, he rushed to dig up the grave. Inside the coffin, they found Mary frozen in horror. Her hands curled like claws covered in blood, her once white dress stained red. They even checked her breath with a mirror, and for a second there was a faint sign of life. But it was too late. Some say her spirit became bound to that mirror, and now if you dare whisper Bloody Mary 3 times, she may just appear to finish what death didn't. That is just one version of her tale. There are many others, and who knows if any are true. But it's still one of those stories that stays with you. Even if you don't believe it, your heart still races when you chant her name. Here where it gets even creepier, because Bloody Mary wasn't just a ghost story. There was a real woman behind that name. Her name was Mary Tudor, the first woman to rule England in her own right, long before Elizabeth I. She was the daughter of King Henry VIII and ruled England from 1553 to 1558. While her reign was short, her legacy was drenched in blood. Mary was a devout Catholic at a time when England was divided by religion. In an attempt to restore Catholicism, she ordered the execution of hundreds of Protestants, burned alive publicly. The streets of England knew her fury, and it earned her the chilling nickname, Bloody Mary. Some say that the ghost in the mirror and Queen Mary Tudor are one and the same, that her rage, her guilt, and maybe her victim's vengeance followed her beyond the grave, that every time you call her, you are summoning a piece of her tortured soul. So whether it's a tale from the 1800s or a queen from the 1500s, one thing is for sure, Saying Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror is still something that people dare each other to do and most regret. If you don't like this video, Bloody Mary will appear in your dream and take you with her. But if you like it, she'll offer you a precious piece of her body. Just kidding. No, I'm dead serious.